So, did Blake Lively really think she was about to walk away from this messy legal storm looking like the victim? Because according to reports surrounding the case, that fantasy may have hit a serious wall. After months of nonstop legal chaos, late-night filings, aggressive public narratives, and an increasingly dramatic courtroom atmosphere tied to Justin Baldoni, the judge reportedly signaled he had seen enough. And now, reports claim Blake was denied something her team had strongly pursued: attorney fees. We are not talking pocket change either. Observers say this legal battle involved staggering amounts of money, the kind that makes even Hollywood's wealthiest stars start paying attention once the invoices pile up. And honestly, as more claims and court details surfaced publicly, critics argued the situation became harder for Blake to navigate in the court of public opinion. According to reports tied to the lawsuit, the judge reportedly grew frustrated with the intensity of Blake's legal team during later stages of the case. There were claims of repeated late-night filings, oversized legal submissions, and efforts to involve others connected to the situation regarding mounting legal costs. Critics online especially focused on reports involving female PR professionals and witnesses, raising questions that left many people asking, wait, what exactly is happening here? Reports also suggested the judge became tired of the ongoing legal back and forth. At one point, he allegedly indicated the court had enough information and did not need endless letters or filings flooding in. And that stood out because judges generally prefer substance over courtroom overload. According to commentary surrounding the case, Judge Louis Lyman reportedly appeared exhausted by the non-stop legal drama attached to Blake's filings. Some observers even described the tactics as overwhelming, pointing to lengthy documents filed late at night, heavily redacted sections, and pages of material where only a small portion reportedly addressed the core legal issues. At a certain point, critics said this whole thing stopped looking like a fight for justice and started feeling more like an exhausting legal marathon designed to wear everyone down emotionally and financially. Picture one giant paperwork battlefield where the bills just keep stacking higher and higher. And here is where things reportedly became even messier, because according to discussions surrounding the case, Blake Lively allegedly believed Justin Baldoni and others connected to the situation should ultimately cover those legal expenses. That is exactly where the attorney fee battle reportedly turned into a major flashpoint. Reports claim Blake's legal team attempted to use California Civil Code Section 47(1) in an effort to recover legal fees. The law was originally intended to protect survivors from retaliatory lawsuits and prevent people from being financially crushed after speaking publicly. However, critics argued Blake's team may have been stretching that legal protection too far by applying it to Justin Baldoni, his company, and PR consultants tied to the dispute. Online reactions quickly exploded, with people questioning how the legal strategy was unfolding because, according to public discussions, parts of the lawsuit had already faced setbacks. Some claims were reportedly dismissed earlier, while certain allegations became more heavily debated after messages and evidence surfaced publicly. One moment critics frequently referenced involved the trailer incident, where reports claimed Blake described Justin Baldoni entering her trailer as inappropriate, while later messages allegedly suggested she had invited him inside. Once that detail gained attention, many online observers began questioning parts of the larger narrative. Then came what critics jokingly called the legal gymnastics. Reports claimed Blake's team tried applying California law in a New York federal court over a movie largely filmed in New Jersey, while similar legal arguments reportedly surfaced elsewhere too. At that point, online reactions became increasingly skeptical, with critics asking whether legal strategies were simply shifting toward whichever path offered the strongest advantage in covering legal costs. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni reportedly was not backing away quietly either, and that only made the entire controversy feel even more dramatic. Normally, people expected a smaller Hollywood figure or independent filmmaker to buckle under the kind of pressure that can come from two A-list celebrities like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. But according to reports and online discussions surrounding the controversy, Justin Baldoni stayed firmly in the fight, and that reportedly caught many people in the industry off guard. because this situation was never seen as involving only Blake. Reports frequently claimed Ryan Reynolds played an active role behind the scenes as well, with allegations that he contributed to script rewrites, influenced promotional efforts, worked through his production company Maximum Effort, and helped shape the public narrative during the height of the controversy involving Justin Baldoni. According to reports, Ryan was deeply involved in supporting Blake throughout the situation. But then, critics online noticed something that quickly became a major talking point. As public opinion reportedly began shifting, people claimed Ryan suddenly became far less visible. While Blake was still facing reporters, red carpet questions, and growing public scrutiny, reports circulated that Ryan Reynolds was attending sailing events in Bermuda. And fairly or unfairly, many online observers felt the timing raised questions. For years, Blake and Ryan publicly built an image as Hollywood's perfect power couple through interviews, public appearances, social media humor, and polished red carpet moments. So when Blake found herself in one of her biggest public controversies, many people online began asking difficult questions about Ryan's apparent absence. Critics wondered why someone reportedly so involved behind the scenes appeared less publicly present as legal pressure, court filings, and settlement discussions gained more attention. Ryan's lower public profile during this period became one of the most heavily discussed parts of the controversy. Meanwhile, according to reports tied to the case, Blake's legal strategy continued moving forward, especially regarding attempts to recover attorney fees. Reports claimed Blake Lively pursued not only Justin Baldoni and his company financially, but also legal actions involving other people connected to the situation, including PR professionals and witnesses. And according to online discussions, that became one of the moments where public opinion appeared to shift more noticeably. Critics argued the public image Blake presented, one centered on standing up against powerful Hollywood figures, started facing heavier scrutiny as more details surrounding the legal battle became public. That was the public image being presented. But then, according to reports tied to the case, critics started pointing to claims about aggressive legal tactics, involving people who allegedly lacked the resources to handle the kind of expensive legal battle that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds were reportedly capable of funding. And naturally, online reactions started sounding more like, wait a minute, something here does not quite line up. According to reports and legal commentary surrounding the case, some observers believed the court began noticing similar concerns. At one stage, insiders reportedly claimed the judge appeared frustrated with what critics described as non-stop pressure tactics throughout the litigation. We are talking about repeated late-night filings, heavily redacted legal documents, endless motions, and an overall process that some observers felt looked more exhausting than productive. Critics argued it started resembling a strategy that placed emotional and financial pressure on everyone involved, instead of focusing only on the legal substance of the dispute. And honestly, as people dug deeper into public filings, online discussions only grew louder. According to critics following the case, a major part of Blake Lively's legal argument reportedly relied on presenting Justin Baldoni's countersuit as retaliation under California laws designed to protect survivors. But legal commentators immediately pointed to what they believed was a major complication. The legal battle itself reportedly stretched across jurisdictions outside California, including proceedings tied to New York and discussions involving Texas. That quickly turned into another heated debate online, with critics questioning whether different legal paths were being explored in hopes of shifting financial responsibility for mounting legal expenses, and those numbers reportedly became massive. Some discussions claimed the legal battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni approached nearly $60 million, while others estimated even higher figures. Either way, many people agreed the situation had grown into one of the most expensive celebrity legal disputes in recent memory. By the later stages, reports suggested even the court appeared exhausted. But what truly pushed this entire controversy deeper into celebrity gossip territory, according to critics, was the growing spotlight on the PR machine surrounding Blake. According to reports surrounding the controversy, once Blake Lively reportedly realized public opinion was beginning to shift, Critics claimed major crisis management figures suddenly became more visible around her camp. One name that repeatedly surfaced in discussions was Nick Shapiro, who reports alleged became involved in helping shape public messaging tied to Blake's legal battle. And according to commentary surrounding the situation, a major public argument reportedly started taking shape. If Justin Baldoni succeeded in these legal fights, some feared broader protections for women speaking publicly could face consequences. Now, to many people, that was an emotionally powerful message. Critics argued Blake's legal team appeared to be connecting larger conversations about women's rights and retaliation protections to her personal legal case in hopes of influencing public perception, but not everyone agreed with that framing. Critics online pushed back quickly, arguing Blake was being connected to broader social causes in ways they felt complicated public criticism, especially as new details surfaced that some believed weakened portions of her original claims. And honestly, online conversations reportedly began shifting hard. According to critics, what initially looked to some like a story about empowerment slowly started being framed instead as an example of celebrity privilege spiraling out of control. Part of that criticism focused heavily on timing. While Blake reportedly spoke publicly about emotional pressure and legal stress, she also made high-profile appearances, including at the Met Gala, where online observers quickly focused on luxury fashion details. Critics especially discussed a custom purse Blake referenced as being inspired by her children's artwork, though online conversations soon pointed out similar luxury items had reportedly existed for wealthy clients long before. Then attention turned to reports estimating similar accessories cost around $10,000, which only fueled more online criticism. Fairly or unfairly, many people felt the contrast between public discussions of legal hardship and highly luxurious appearances created uncomfortable optics. And according to critics, each new public moment only seemed to widen that perception gap. But then came one of the biggest talking points in the entire controversy: settlement negotiations. Reports claimed Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds strongly wanted an NDA, or non-disclosure agreement, included as part of settlement discussions. According to reports, they hoped Justin Baldoni would be restricted from publicly discussing details tied to the situation moving forward. And by that stage, online observers had already begun speculating heavily about what might eventually happen if Justin publicly shared his version of events, especially as the public narrative surrounding the controversy appeared to be shifting. But according to reports tied to the negotiations, Justin Baldoni and his wife, Emily Baldoni, reportedly were not willing to agree. And if insider claims are accurate, Emily allegedly played a significant role in holding firm during settlement discussions. Reports suggested she strongly opposed any agreement that could prevent Justin from publicly speaking about the controversy later. The reported message seemed straightforward: no NDA, no agreement. And according to online commentary, that may have been one of the biggest turning points in the entire situation. Because once reports surfaced that Justin Baldoni reportedly refused to sign a non-disclosure agreement, many observers believed the dynamics of the controversy shifted dramatically. Critics argued that without an NDA, neither Blake Lively nor Ryan Reynolds could count on keeping future discussions entirely behind closed doors. And for two celebrities whose public image had long been shaped through polished media appearances, carefully managed branding, and strong public perception, critics speculated that possibility may have felt deeply uncomfortable. According to reports surrounding settlement discussions, some observers believed Blake strongly preferred avoiding a full trial. And from a legal standpoint, many people understood why high-profile celebrity cases often move toward settlement. By that stage, public conversations surrounding the controversy had reportedly changed significantly. Critics online were constantly analyzing new filings, debating inconsistencies, and questioning legal strategies, while legal commentators and even celebrity gossip communities increasingly weighed in. The reality with major legal disputes is that once discovery becomes fully active, private information often enters the spotlight. Text messages, emails, internal discussions, and behind-the-scenes communication can all potentially become part of the public record. That is one major reason celebrity legal battles frequently settle before reaching trial. Once information becomes public, controlling the narrative becomes significantly harder. Eventually, reports claimed Blake Lively agreed to settle. But what many people reportedly focused on afterward was this. No money was said to have exchanged hands. No formal admission of guilt was reported. And perhaps most importantly, Justin Baldoni reportedly left the situation without long-term public restrictions. No gag order, no permanent silence. And according to critics following the case, that detail stood out more than almost anything else. According to reports tied to the controversy, nothing reportedly prevents Justin Baldoni from speaking publicly in the future if he chooses to. And naturally, that possibility has already fueled a wave of speculation. Reports and entertainment discussions have suggested everything from potential interviews and documentaries to streaming. Projects and even book deals could eventually emerge if Justin decides to publicly share his experience. Surrounding It Ends With Us and the legal conflict that followed. Some discussions even speculated that a detailed tell-all project could attract major attention and substantial financial opportunities. And honestly, many online observers believe audiences would absolutely tune in. To critics and supporters alike, this controversy quickly evolved into one of Hollywood's strangest and most heavily debated public conflicts in recent memory. Partly because it raised broader conversations about how aggressive celebrity PR strategies can allegedly become when reputations are under pressure. Supporters of Justin Baldoni have argued they believe he faced exactly that kind of pressure. According to those perspectives, critics claimed Blake Lively and Reynolds allegedly used their celebrity influence, media access, and public standing in ways that shaped narratives before all details had fully emerged. Supporters pointed to media coverage, public messaging, social pressure, and industry connections that they believed moved quickly following accusations tied to the situation. And then came one of the most debated parts of the entire controversy: vital voices. For many online observers, this moment raised serious questions because Vital Voices is widely known as a nonprofit organization centered around women's leadership, advocacy, and empowerment. According to reports, Justin Baldoni had previously received recognition from the organization for his work supporting women and girls, making it a meaningful public honor. But shortly after Blake Lively reportedly filed legal complaints, Vital Voices publicly revoked Justin's award, and online conversations intensified almost immediately. Critics began discussing timing, particularly because reports suggested Blake publicly followed the organization online, leading some people to speculate about whether powerful industry relationships may have influenced events behind the scenes. To be clear, there has been no public proof of private coordination, but online reactions spread rapidly as people debated how quickly events unfolded. For critics, the sequence felt dramatic: recognition, accusations, revoked honors, and immediate reputational damage. Some observers began questioning whether the overlap between nonprofits, PR teams, media coverage, celebrity relationships, and legal pressure created optics that felt deeply uncomfortable. And according to critics, as public conversations grew louder, Blake Lively's continued public appearances only added more scrutiny to an already heated situation. For many critics, the Met Gala quickly became one of the biggest symbols of everything they disliked about Blake Lively's public image during this controversy. While conversations online centered around reports of enormous legal costs, emotional pressure, and a highly public legal battle, Blake appeared at major fashion events discussing luxury pieces, custom accessories inspired by her children, and glamorous red carpet moments. And online reactions were immediate. Critics described the optics as tone-deaf, disconnected, and overly privileged, arguing the contrast felt difficult to ignore. Some observers questioned whether Blake fully understood how many regular people were interpreting the situation, especially while reports continued circulating about legal expenses and public hardship. Critics argued the combination of luxury fashion and emotional public messaging created an image they felt clashed sharply with the seriousness of the controversy. And then there is Colleen Hoover, whose involvement became another unexpected layer of the fallout. According to reports, when Justin Baldoni first secured the rights to It Ends With Us, He reportedly worked closely with Colleen and involved her throughout the creative process, with supporters believing he deeply respected the original material. But as tensions reportedly developed behind the scenes and public controversy intensified, fans noticed what appeared to be a public shift in Colleen's position. Online observers pointed out that she reportedly unfollowed Justin, publicly supported Blake, and remained mostly silent while Justin faced heavy criticism online. And according to many fans, that decision created backlash of its own. Critics argued Colleen may have aligned herself too quickly before more information surfaced publicly, while others accused her of being influenced by Hollywood relationships and public pressure. Whether those criticisms are fair or not, many observers shape. If Justin Baldoni succeeded in these legal fights, some feared broader protections for women speaking publicly could face consequences. Now, to many people, that was an emotionally powerful message. Critics argued Blake's legal team appeared to be connecting larger conversations about women's rights and retaliation, protections to her personal legal case in hopes of influencing public perception. Agreed. Her public image appeared affected by the controversy. And honestly, that became one of the most striking parts of the entire situation. Nearly everyone involved seemed to walk away carrying some kind of reputational damage. According to critics, Blake Lively's carefully built image faced heavy scrutiny. Reynolds drew criticism for appearing less publicly visible during difficult moments. Colleen Hoover upset portions of her audience, and larger conversations about celebrity PR culture intensified. Meanwhile, in a twist many online observers did not expect, Justin Baldoni, whom some initially assumed would struggle to recover publicly, appeared to gain increasing sympathy from supporters. And for critics following the controversy, that outcome looked very different from how many originally expected the story to end.